Hello, welcome to SprÓg. I'm Jacqui, and today we're going to be making this woven box basket from this old cardboard cereal box. We're going to take our scissors and our old box, and what we're going to do is we're going to need to use the front panel and the back panel from our box. So we've got our two panels, and what we're going to do to begin with is we're going to take our pencil and our ruler, or pen, whichever you have, and we're going to measure strips of cardboard. And I'm going to make my strips of cardboard 2 centimeters wide. That's the size of these strips of cardboard here. So I'm just going to mark with my ruler 2 centimeters, another 2 centimeters, another 2 centimeters, all the way until I get to the end of my cardboard. So I'm going to use my little markers that I've made, my 2 centimeter markers, and I'm going to draw a line lengthways along my cardboard with my pencil. So straight across like that. So all you're going to do is just make it your ruler as straight as possible, and then you're going to draw your lines, and you're going to keep doing that for all the marks that you've made. So once you've got that done, you're going to need to cut out all of your strips. And we're just going to use our lines, and like I said, you're just using your lines as a guide. Don't worry if it wobbles off or one side gets a little bit narrower or one side is a little bit wider. It doesn't matter. Just the rough idea of the strips of cardboard being relatively the same width is all you need. Okay. You need to line up your 4 pieces of cardboard so that they're nice and close like that, and nice and straight, and their edges meet up. In order to weave something, we're going to go in and out and in and out of the different layers. And this piece of cardboard is on top of the first piece of cardboard. So for the second piece of cardboard, we need to go underneath. And then for the third piece of cardboard, we have to go over the top. And then the last piece of cardboard, just like the second one, we have to go underneath again. So we can pull that down a little bit further down our project, and then we can go in with our next piece of cardboard. To start this one, we're going to go underneath the first piece of cardboard. Then we're going to have to come over the top of the second piece of cardboard. Then we're going to have to weave underneath again, and then we're going to weave on top. We're going to go in with our third piece of cardboard, and we're going to have a look at the last one we've done. So the last one started with going underneath, so the next one's going to start with over the top. Over the top, and then underneath the second one, over the top of the third, underneath the fourth. And then we've got our last piece of cardboard. So this time we have to go underneath again. So we go underneath the first piece, over the second, underneath the third, and over the fourth. So you can feel it when you're making it. It makes it nice and tight and keeps it close and together. To keep our base nice and intact, what we're going to do is take some tape, and we're just going to, on the corner pieces, we're going to put a little bit of tape in here to keep them all in place. So if we tape the outside pieces, it will keep all the inside pieces where they're supposed to be, and they'll be nice and neat. And finally, on this side, we're going to grab our ruler again. We're going to put it down on top of our woven cardboard pieces, and we're going to fold up these long bits that are sticking out the sides, because these are actually going to form our walls for us. So we're going to pull them up against our ruler like that, just crease them so they stand up on their own. And we're going to grab the other strips of cardboard that we cut from the other side of our cereal box. The weaving is going to go in and out and in and out, but it's going to work all the way around the box. So to start, what we need to do is we need to secure it onto one of the strips that's standing up, okay? So we're going to grab our first strip, we're going to lay it down on our cardboard, we're going to grab some tape, and we're going to secure our strip on the outside of our basket, like this. And the reason that we want to do this is because it can get quite fiddly for your hands. So you need something to hold it in place while you're doing your weaving. Right, so I've started by sticking our piece of cardboard on the outside of our box. So from the outside, we need to go and weave around to the inside. And again, we need to weave back around to the outside. So we're on the outside, so we need to weave around to the back of the next one and go inside. Here we are at our corner. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick to make things a little bit easier for you for when you're working all the way around. The cardboard is quite stiff, so to keep our pieces in place, we're going to grab one more piece of tape on this corner, and we're just going to stick it down and keep it in place, and it just makes things a lot easier for when we're working our way around. So we're at the front, then we need to go behind the next piece, we need to go in front of the next piece and behind the next piece. And just like we did on the last corner, to secure it, we're going to grab another piece of tape on this corner, and we're going to stick it on the inside to keep that nice and secure. So we're going to need to go to the front of the next piece of cardboard and weave around to the next side. So now we're at the front, we're going to go back and forwards, back, and then we're in the corner again. So we're going to grab another piece of tape and we're going to secure the third corner. And we can see we're at the back of this piece of cardboard, so we're going to come to the front of the next piece of cardboard, which is on the last side. And then we're going to go back and in front. And you can see here, I've actually run out of my cardboard. So we've got our first strip of cardboard and I've just run out. So we're going to have to join on another piece of cardboard to finish this round. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our next strip of cardboard. We're going to hold on to the last piece that we were working with, and we're just going to grab a piece of tape and stick them together so that we can keep working. That's all we need to do. So we secure that on top, and I'll put another piece of tape on the bottom. And now we've got a nice long piece that we can keep working with. So when I finished at the front, so we're going to go and weave to the back of the next piece. And we're in the corner again, so I'm going to add another piece of tape at the corner to secure it down again. And this is our last corner. So I'm at the back, so I need to weave to the front of the next one. And you can see this is where we actually started. So I'm going to stick our new piece of cardboard down on top of where we started, and I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut off the excess cardboard that was sticking out there. If we have a look, this is where we started our last round, and we started on top of this piece of cardboard. So for the second round, we're going to start underneath. So we're going to start to the back, okay? So we're going to secure that again with, you guessed it, a piece of tape, my favourite friend. And we're going to stick it to the inside because that's where we're starting this round of weaving. So we're started on the inside. We're going to come to the front, weave to the back, to the front. And this time you don't really need to tape in the corners, because you really only needed to do that in the first round to make sure that it all stayed down and stayed in place for you. This is a little bit easier the second round, because you don't have to secure it in so many places. So we've come to the front. So to work along the next side, we have to go and weave to the back. And we're just going to keep going front, back, all the while until we get all the way back around, just as we did with the first round. So we're almost done. We've got all these bits on the top that don't really look so good. And we're going to secure all those pieces of cardboard into the inside so that they're not sticking out and they're not getting in your way. And this one here I also made, and I just painted the inside of it, and I cut up some fish shapes, and I got some pipe cleaners, and I've made a fish tank that you don't have to feed the fish and you don't have to clean it. So they're like the perfect pet, really, perfect pet house. So thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed weaving your first cardboard basket with me. And if you'd like to learn anything more about the SprÓg Festival, just go to www.garterlane.ie.